Hey, and welcome back to Journey of Truth. Today we're diving into something close to the heart: how to continue loving while grieving. Yes, you heard me. Love and grief can coexist, even when it feels like your heart is in a million pieces. I've been on this journey myself, and I want to share what I've learned about opening up to love again, not just for others, but for yourself and for life, while carrying the weight of loss. This episode isn't about heavy lectures or step by step guides. It's a soulful conversation where we'll explore what it means to love through grief, inspired by higher consciousness, holistic healing, and that deep well of self love we all have within us. Let's make this fun, real, and empowering because love, even through grief, is still one of the most beautiful things we can experience. The dance of love and grief. Let me just say it: grief and love are not opposites, they're actually deeply connected. Grief, in a way, is love's shadow. You grieve because you love. That love doesn't disappear when you lose someone, it transforms. At first, it can feel unbearable, like this love has nowhere to go. But here's the thing: love does have a place to go. It can flow into yourself, into your memories, into the people still around you, and into the world at large. While I'm grieving, I often ask myself, how do I keep loving in a world that feels so empty without them? And you know what I realized? The love didn't die. It was still there, quietly waiting for me to tap into it. That love became my connection to something higher. Call it spirit, the universe, or just a deeper understanding of life. It reminded me that love is infinite. And when I allowed myself to lean into that truth, it changed everything. Love starts with you. Now, let's get real. Loving while grieving starts with yourself. And no, I don't mean giving yourself some Pinterest perfect version of self care. I'm talking about the messy, raw, human kind of self love. The kind where you let yourself cry, you let yourself laugh, you eat ice cream at 2 a.m., or take a nap when the world feels too heavy. Holistic spirituality taught me that self love isn't selfish, it's sacred. You can't pour love into the world if your own cup is empty. So I started asking myself, what does my heart need today? Sometimes it was as simple as sitting in silence with a cup of tea, or other days it meant calling a friend or writing a letter to myself. What I discovered was this: the more I loved myself, the more room I had to hold love for others, even while grieving. Connecting to higher consciousness through grief. Here's where it gets a little magical. Grief can actually be a doorway to a higher state of consciousness. I know it sounds counterintuitive, right? But hear me out. When you're grieving, you're already in this deeply emotional, raw space. It's like your heart is wide open, even though it hurts. That openness is a perfect opportunity to connect with something greater than yourself. For me, it was meditation and visualization. I started imagining myself surrounded by love. Not just the love I felt for those I'd lost, but the love of the universe itself. Sometimes I'd imagine Samad, my son, standing with me, reminding me that love doesn't end with physical separation. Other times I just focus on my breath, feeling gratitude for the fact that I was still here, still capable of love. Those moments reminded me that love is eternal. It changes form, but it never leaves. Finding the fun in love through grief. Okay, let's lighten this up a bit. Who says loving through grief has to be all serious and heavy? Love is also laughter, silliness, and finding joy in the small things. One day, I found myself laughing at a memory of Samad, and it felt like he was right here with me, reminding me not to take life too seriously. That laughter, it was love. Here's a fun exercise. Think of something or someone you love, maybe it's a friend, a pet, or even yourself, and do something silly to celebrate that love. Dance in your kitchen, Write a cheesy love note to yourself. Bake cookies and eat half the dough. These little moments of lightness don't take away the grief, but they remind you that love is still alive, even in the hard times. A love meditation for the soul. Before we wrap up, I want to share a quick love meditation you can try anytime you're feeling lost in grief. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine a warm, golden light glowing in your heart. This light is your love. It's strong, steady, and infinite. Now imagine that light expanding, filling your entire body. Let it spill out. Touch everything around you, your memories, the people you love, the world. Sit in that glow for as long as you need. And when ready, take one last deep breath and come back to the present moment. That light, it's always there. It's you. It's love. And it never goes away. Grieving doesn't mean you stop loving. In fact, it's an invitation to love even deeper yourself, the people around you, and the memories that shaped your heart. You don't have to do it perfectly or figure it all out. Just take it one moment at a time, letting love guide you through the hard days and lift you in the lighter ones. Thank you for being here with me on Journey of Truth. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts or your own experiences. Remember, love is infinite. Even through grief, you've got this, and I'm right here with you.